From the Great Northwoods to the Rock-Bound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, the manhunt is on for a bank robber who struck in Waterville.
Plus, a state commission finds Maine's emergency services are at a breaking point.
And it's a special project to document beautiful frescoes at the South Solon Meeting House.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us this morning. We'll have those stories and much more coming up. But first, to check out that forecast. Kind of a gloomy start to the day. At least it's not pouring out there, but we are getting a little bit of rain today.
Yep, all throughout the state. Devin Biggs has the full radar weather forecast. Whew.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Boosted Auto and Diesel. For all your automotive, heavy truck, and equipment needs, call Ronnie at 207-659-9458. Alrighty, here we are. We do have small craft advisories that have been issued, and these will last until later this evening at around 7 p.m. We have a system that's moving through with plenty of rainfall out there and some gusty winds that will be on the way as well. We're seeing all this rainfall out there already this morning, and yes, the lightning tracker is on, so no lightning with this. This is just heavy downpours at times, maybe a little bit of a precipitation mixture further off toward the north with some areas of possibly seeing just a little bit of snow. And it's a sizable system, though, stretching all the way down to parts of Boston, even New York, and further off towards the south and west. So some decent rainfall on the way for us today, even in the parts of tonight as well. Some areas could see up to an inch before this begins to wrap up. So futurecast moving forward, it's waves of rain throughout the day and evening. After midnight, things should start to calm down with the clouds starting to break up as well. So moving forward, though, the winds, all right, they're going to be kind of hit and miss at around 5 to 15 miles per hour, especially along the shoreline, stirring up the ocean, which is why those small craft advisories are up. But starting to look a little bit better, especially as we head into your Thursday. Your forecast for today, lower 50s, rain likely. Some areas have dense fog late in the day as well. The east one getting up to about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 41 degrees, rain likely again. Areas of dense fog. The northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the daytime period moving forward, a lot of rain, temperatures in the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. The search is on for a suspect following a bank robbery in Waterville. According to the Waterville Police Department, the Camden National Bank on Main Street was robbed by a male suspect around 9:40 Tuesday morning. Police say the suspect did not show a weapon, but threatened bank staff members. The man left the bank on foot, causing multiple schools in the area to close. The suspect is described as a white male wearing a green winter jacket.
It was reported that a suspect, about 5'9" or 5'10", with blondish hair, had gone in, made a threat, and made away with an undisclosed amount of cash. We responded to the area and conducted a search for about an hour and a half, and now detectives are investigating the case.
Numerous agencies responded to the incident, including the Winslow and Fairfield Police Departments, Maine State Police, and the FBI. Anyone with information concerning the robbery in Waterville is asked to contact the Waterville Police Department.
A Millbridge couple faces felony theft charges as a result of an extensive joint investigation between the Washington County and Hancock County Sheriff's Offices, Maine State Police, Maine DEA, and the FBI. According to the Washington County Sheriff's Office, felony arrest warrants were issued on Friday for 32-year-old Stephen Firth and his wife, 39-year-old Ashley Firth. They were arrested during a traffic stop in Cherryfield on Monday. The charges are related to the theft of a large sum of money from a family member's bank account. A subsequent search warrant was also issued for the Firth's residence on the Kansas Road in Millbridge. The sheriff's office says during the search, investigators seized what they called a large amount of evidence, including material goods, firearms, ammo, and accessories, including explosive material and other goods suspected to be purchased with the stolen money. The investigation remains active and more charges are pending. The Firths are being held at the Washington County Jail with bail set at $50,000 cash each.
Woodland, pulp, and paper workers in Baileyville have voted to authorize a strike. The United Steelworkers Local 27 asked the company to present a contract offer that provides high enough wages to keep up with the cost of living, but they refused to budge. That's according to United Steelworkers labor representative Mike Higgins. 92% of Local 27 members voted Tuesday to reject the company's contract offer and to authorize a strike. The union will now provide the required 10-day notice to the company so that strike can commence the week of December 19th.
The Penobscot County Sheriff's Office has issued a silver alert for 68-year-old Gene Buck of Milford. Mr. Buck left his County Road residence at approximately 4 p.m. yesterday to head to Greenbush, but never showed up. He's a white male who's 6 feet tall, 210 pounds, with hazel eyes, gray hair, a gray mustache, and a gray beard. He was last seen wearing jeans, a blue flannel, and a dark blue cap. He's driving a blue Toyota Tacoma with Maine plates. He may be experiencing cognitive issues. If located, please call the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office.
A number of Maine schools have been closed this week because of an outbreak of illness. That includes all schools in Searsport that will remain closed this week to help slow the spread of flu and other illnesses. The Maine Center for Disease Control says 2 Belfast schools are also in outbreak status. More than 15% of the students and staff have been out sick at the Captain Albert Stevens Elementary School and also at the Troy Howard Middle School.
They've been dealing with an outbreak of influenza, RSV, COVID-19, and other illnesses. 2 southern Maine schools were also closed for the day Tuesday, so staff members could carry out a deep cleaning. Health officials say the state is experiencing the highest flu numbers we've had in the past 10 years. I know I had to take a sick day yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought it was COVID at first. I took a test. It was negative, some similar symptoms to COVID. But I went out to get some Mucinex or some sort of flu or cold-like symptom medicine. And Hannaford on Union Street in Bangor was cleared out
People
of
are
a lot of
snatching
stuff.
it up, Kleenex, all that kind of thing.
All of that stuff, yep. Well, a special state commission says emergency medical services in Maine are at a breaking point. They simply don't have enough money or recruits to respond to emergencies. Brad Rogers looks at how we got here and recommendations by the commission to fix the problem.
You know, it's a tough job. The pay isn't the best. The hours are long.
In its final report, the Commission studying emergency medical service says Maine is at a breaking point, the result of inadequate funding and poor recruitment.
We don't expect that anywhere else in the healthcare system. Why do we expect it in this essential service of healthcare?
Even from when I started here just a couple years ago, there was a lot more people then than there is now.
Nick Heggard is a part-time firefighter and advanced EMT for New Gloucester and Hollis.
You know, a lot of us work multiple jobs. We have to work a bunch of hours in a row to try to make money to just pay our bills and support our families.
We just lost an employee to another community because they have a little better pay, and you're sort of robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Commission members say the most pressing concern is woefully inadequate Medicare and Medicaid reimbursements, driving the cost of emergency medical service up.
That's especially damaging for small fire departments like New Gloucester that don't respond to as many calls as those in larger communities. But they still need the equipment and the people when those calls come in.
That time matters when someone's, in cardiac arrest or, having a stroke.
It does seem like small towns are the losers in all of this, right?
Correct.
The commission recommends the legislature infuse $70 million a year over the next 5 years for emergency medical service, with $25 million going directly to EMS agencies at risk of failing.
Included in that is to make sure that we have a very strong workforce who are EMTs, advanced EMTs, first responders, paramedics.
Senator Curry says pay and benefits must also increase to attract and retain EMTs.
The towns can't be doing it alone. The state needs to be playing a bigger role.
I hope things get better because I don't think we can get much worse than where we are now.
And that was Brad Rogers reporting. Meanwhile, Governor Mills has released the highly anticipated plan for dealing with heating and energy challenges this winter. The Emergency Winter Energy Relief Plan aims to ensure low-income and middle-class Mainers can stay warm and safe this winter, despite higher energy prices and other financial challenges. Here are some of the highlights of that plan. $450 checks for an estimated 880,000 eligible Mainers. Those would be sent out in mid-January. Eligibility is based on already filed 2021 tax returns. Checks could go to individuals who made less than $100,000 a year, married couples filing separately making less than $150,000 if filing as head of household, and also $200,000 for couples filing jointly. There would also be millions in funding for the Home Energy Assistance Program to make sure folks get the same benefit they did last year, and millions to Maine community action partnerships like Penquist to help deliver emergency fuel assistance to those in need. Finally, it provides funding for emergency short-term housing to avoid homelessness during the winter months. The governor is urging the legislature to pass the plan on December 7th when the first regular session of the 131st Maine legislature convenes. For more details, you can head to our website at foxbangor.com.
A group of Maine Republican legislators is taking aim at Whole Foods for stopping the sale of Maine lobster. Whole Foods, which only has one location in Maine, in Portland, recently stopped selling Maine lobster after environmental groups downgraded Maine lobster over concerns lobster gear puts right whales at risk. The government is looking to more tightly regulate lobstering, limiting where they can fish and what they can use for gear. Yesterday, a group of Republican lawmakers unveiled legislation to ban Whole Foods from participating in the tax programs that benefit retail stores in Maine and ban the state from contracting with Whole Foods.
Some overpriced, yuppie grocery store chain that sides with some people who have never stepped foot on a lobster boat before. Shame on you, Whole Foods.
No business should receive tax breaks for rejecting a sustainably harvested product from Maine.
Hear, hear.
Make no mistake, this is war. This is not just a war on lobster fishing. This is a war on workers. This is a war on family values. This is a war on environmentalism. This is a war on science. And this is a war on common sense.
The state says there has not been a right whale entanglement with Maine lobster gear since 2004, and no right whale deaths or injuries have ever occurred because of Maine lobster gear. We reached out to Whole Foods for comment and have not heard back. Well, the time is now 8:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, a lot of smiles as a special organization holds a Christmas party for the first time since the pandemic.
But first, another check of that forecast. Looks like a wet one today, folks. The highs will be up near 51 degrees. The rain will continue tonight with lows dipping down to around 41. Tomorrow, a partly cloudy day with highs near 45.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine with equipment and tool rentals for more than 30 years. Our extensive inventory contains everything you need to get the job done right. Our professional, knowledgeable staff is here to make sure that you get the highest quality rental items to complete your project and that they have been serviced and maintained to the highest standards. Power brooms to get that sand off the lawn, leaf blowers, brush chippers, stump grinders, aerial lifts, tillers, and excavators. We rent most everything. If you don't see it in our online catalog, please ask for it. If we don't have the item you need, we would be happy to help you find it. Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage, doing business the right way every day.
Happy holidays from Village Variety in Glenburn. Village Variety has been an active part in the Glenburn community for decades and plans to for decades to come. Stop by and see us today. Merry Christmas from Silver Fox Automotive in Herman, where there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Happy holidays from the Joe's Furniture Warehouse family. We thank you for your business and future new business customers.
On the next Last Man Standing, an unauthorized sleepover.
Kyle, what are you doing here? What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
Puts Kyle in the doghouse.
Went out with Mike's daughter last night, and I sort of stayed over.
Does Mike know?
I'm not sure.
Hey, Kyle! He knows.
And Mike lays down the law.
She wants to have sex in this house. I'm not for it. End of story.
You know that story doesn't have a happy ending.
Oh, you have to use those words?
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. A $2.5 million grant in climate investments funded by Governor Mills' Maine Jobs and Recovery Plan is coming to Downey's community partners. The money received will go towards training weatherization technicians through a paid internship course with Washington County Community College and Kennebec Valley Community College. The organization is one of 9 being awarded the funds. Downey's community partners Development Director Sharon Cadus says it's a great opportunity.
The workforce development part is super exciting because it opens up a pathway to an energy efficiency career.
Downey's community partners will be launching the program next year with 9 open slots for anyone interested in taking part.
Down East, Horizons held its annual Christmas party for the first time in 3 years. Matthew Juronsik was there.
These folks hold an innocence that lasts an eternity, and it can't help but spread through everybody that they see and come in contact with. And it really, really just fills the room. It fills the air. It just fills everybody with so much love and joy.
Christmas spirit was in the air at Downey's Horizons in Bar Harbor as the organization held its annual Christmas party for the first time since the pandemic hit. Members of the group spent the morning with their peers, taking pictures with some familiar Christmas characters. They even had the opportunity to see Mr. and Mrs. Claus, with each member receiving a very special gift.
But when you see the joy and excitement of these individuals when they're getting a gift for Christmas, you realize the Christmas spirit is truly alive.
Ezekiel Koenig says the presents are nice, but his favorite part about the holidays is spending time around those he loves.
I like being here, having Christmas with my friends, talking to my friends, and being here and being the joyful, jolly holly, ho, ho, ho.
And what Zambrano didn't tell his employees is that they too would also be getting a Christmas gift of their own.
I'm going to give out checks for about $180,000, and the maximum check will be about $1,250, and we'll pay their taxes, then their retirement, so they'll walk away with a check.
Every year I cry. Every year it helps with Christmas. Every year it helps with buying fuel. It's an amazing thing, and we're thankful every year we get it.
Matthew Juronsik, ABC7 and Fox 22.
Initial planning for the new Bangor Transit Center started back in 2017, and in just a couple days, all the work will come to fruition. The new and improved center will make scheduling information available, with live ticket sales and bathroom facilities open for passengers, as well as an indoor waiting area, with other features as well. Stakeholders say it's a long-awaited upgrade since the previous depot was torn down in 2019.
It's taken a long time. COVID came and went, and it slowed us down. The passengers have been very, very patient with us. The drivers are very patient. We've moved them 3 or 4 times throughout the city as temporary waiting area, temporary depot per se, and they've all been very patient and very forgiving. So I'm hoping that they will appreciate it and come celebrate with us.
The grand opening ceremony is Friday at 1 o'clock. Self-guided tours will be part of the festivities.
I look forward to giving that a look. They put a lot of work into that down there. It's badly needed, too. A lot of people using the bus.
Really needed. Yeah. I know I said this in the past hour, but my car broke down last January, and I was taking the bus for a few weeks. And, I mean, it's not preferable sitting on a cold bench at 6 a.m. in January and having to go up and ask the bus, hey, okay, this says Old Town, but I'm going to Orono. Is this right? But with the new signs, that should be easily taken care of.
It's a good investment for everybody
exciting.
Around here.
Absolutely.
Well, the time now is 8:18. Coming up after the break, U.S. Cellular made a generous donation to a local shelter.
Plus, along the same grain, a local children's cancer center received another generous donation from a different business. We'll be right back with the details.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Sometimes big truck accidents can result in big case settlements. These are just some of the big case results I fought to get my clients. If a big truck hurts you, we'll make them pay you every single dollar you deserve for your injuries. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by a big truck, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a big truck? Come out on top. Call the Twos. Call 222-2222.
On December 1st, 2022, Rockfleet Broadcasting 3, LLC, licensee of WFVX LD Channel 22 Bangor, Maine, filed an application with the Federal Communications Commission for renewal of its broadcast license. Members of the public wishing to view this application or obtain information about how to file comments and petitions on the application can visit www.fcc.gov/station search and search in the list of WFVX LD's filed applications.
It's a monster of a season.
The first time ever on Hell's Kitchen.
Battle of the Ages. The 20-somethings
These old geezers better learn.
versus the 40-somethings.
This old guy's here to play.
Who catches fire?
One of the best New York strips I've ever tasted.
Who goes down in flames?
Cold Wellington and pink chicken. You think I'm going to serve that to the lead singer of Kiss? Get out!
Hell's Kitchen Battle of the Ages. Thursdays on Fox and watch anytime on Hulu.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
The Hope House in Bangor received a generous gift from U.S. Cellular. Employees with the company dropped off $5,000 worth of food, clothing, and personal care items to the Hope House on Corporate Drive earlier yesterday. The Hope House is a 64-bed emergency homeless shelter. It also has an on-site healthcare center and offers 3 meals a day to those in need.
When we think about the current state of the economy, what we realized is we wanted to give back to organizations that were providing support related to food insecurities and hoping that they can provide a nutritious meal for the holidays.
U.S. Cellular employees say they are committed to helping more than 135 food banks, pantries, and other shelters with needed supplies this holiday season.
Very nice. Well, R.H. Foster Energy presented a check for $23,000 to Northern Lights Raish P.V. Haskell's Children's Cancer and Treatment Center. The money was raised through the annual Shell Giving Pump fundraiser, which donates a penny for every gallon of gas sold at specially marked pumps. The money will help ensure that pediatric cancer patients have toys, games, and crafts during their time at the Cancer Treatment Center.
Kids going through all the things are going through such a hard time, and having even just a little bit of joy. It's going to be used with our Child Life program, which is really essential for both our oncology as well as our hematology patients. They really help support our patients and bring them the joy and the childhood back to their treatments.
The Cancer Treatment Center serves children and young adults from central, eastern, and northern Maine. Very nice. I like to hear that. All these other local companies pitching in and helping out. Makes our whole community a little bit better.
Making a big difference.
Yeah.
Well, the time is now 8:22.
Time to get a full look at our forecast with Devin.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Boosted Auto and Diesel. For all your automotive, heavy truck, and equipment needs, call Ronnie at 207-659-9458. Alrighty, here we go. So we have a small craft advisory that's in effect. Lasting until about 7 o'clock this evening. Knows we do have a system that's moving through with plenty of rainfall as well that we're going to be watching out for. And we're seeing some of that moving through now. So here's the radar. Plenty of moderate rainfall in some areas. And further to the north, maybe mixing with a little bit of snow in some areas too. So warmer temperatures will be advecting in as the day marches on. So we'll see temperatures that'll make it possibly into the 50s as we head towards the afternoon. So we throw the radar into motion right now, and we're seeing all this moderate rainfall tracking from the southwest going toward the north and east, and not much lighting. In fact, no lighting with this at all, so we don't have to worry about any thunderstorms with this, just some decent rainfall, which some areas could see up to maybe an inch and a half before this begins to back off. With this being just a train of rainfall in many areas, we're going to be dealing with this for most of the day as the system continues to track from the southwest going toward the north and east, and there's another system off toward the west. So wait till later tonight, especially in the early tomorrow morning. This will begin to back off very slowly. So futurecast moving forward, though, plenty of rainfall today and even in parts of tonight. After midnight, this will start to back off slowly. The clouds breaking up as well. So by Thursday, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky for the rest of the afternoon period. So things will start to improve, pretty much a night and day difference as we head into Thursday and also into Thursday night. So otherwise, though, rainfall, decent rainfall on the way as well. On top of what we've already seen, another ½ inch or more possible. Some areas up to an inch cannot be ruled out. And again, this is on top of what has already fallen across the area. So gusty winds will also be an issue in some spots, reaching up to around 25 miles per hour further off towards the south and east. Some other areas further off towards the west, near Bangor, maybe up to 20 miles per hour, with sustained winds at around 5 to 15 miles per hour. But everyone could see gusty winds tomorrow reaching up to 25, maybe even 30 miles per hour throughout the day on Thursday. And as a result, wave heights are up right around 5 to 6 feet right now, and even further out towards sea, even a little bit higher still at around 9 feet in some areas. So the wave heights continue to remain active across the ocean. Average high being 37 degrees. We'll reach for the lower 50s today, falling to the mid-40s Thursday, then back in the 30s Friday into Saturday, with the lower 30s making a return Sunday into Monday, and again mid-30s as we head near Tuesday. Your forecast for today, lower 50s, rain likely, some areas of dense fog late in the day, that east, maybe southeast wind at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 40s, rain likely, some areas of dense fog as well, and our northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mid-40s tomorrow, partly cloudy and breezy with that northwest wind getting up to 25 miles per hour. It will feel cooler out there with temperatures cooling off later on. Your boosted auto and diesel extended forecast. So here we are by your Friday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 30s, mid-30s on Saturday with a mostly cloudy sky, and low 30s Sunday also with a mostly cloudy sky.
Even though Dorsey Furniture is known for our vast collections of quality home furnishings, sometimes we like to venture into the forgotten passageways and dark corners of our enormous warehouse to mine the odd nightstand, forgotten sofa, orphaned love seat, or the elusive discontinued mattress. Meanwhile, our sales manager, and not the bean counters, smash the original retail prices into tiny fractions of themselves. Dorsey Furniture, black tag sale going on now.
Choosing Miracle Ear was a great decision. Like when I decided to host family movie nights. Miracle Ear made it easy. I just booked an appointment, and a certified hearing care professional evaluated my hearing loss and helped me find the right device calibrated to my unique hearing needs. Now I enjoy every moment. The quiet ones and the loud ones.
Make a sound decision. Call now and book your free hearing evaluation.
Fox tonight. Merry Christmas! It's a Masked Singer Christmas sing-along with special surprises and all new performances. All new Masked Singer. Then start your engines.
Drum.
The stars of NASCAR join the builders in a race to the finale.
Get your racer!
The Masked Singer Christmas sing-along and an all-new Lego Masters tonight on Fox.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. The results of the nation's final midterm election are in. Georgia Senator Raphael Warnock has won re-election in a closely watched runoff race, defeating Republican challenger Herschel Walker. With Warnock's win, Democrats now hold a pivotal 51-seat Senate majority. ABC's Justin Finch is in Washington with more.
The country's longest midterm campaign is now over.
After a hard-fought campaign, you got me for 6 more years.
Democrat Raphael Warnock re-elected to the Senate, beating embattled former football star Herschel Walker.
I'm never going to stop fighting for Georgia. And I'm not going to make any excuses now because we put up one heck of a fight.
Walker's loss marking another political defeat for nominees backed by former President Trump. Walker and Warnock forced into a runoff race less than a month after neither won 50% of the midterm vote in November. This special runoff election drew blockbuster turnout, a record-breaking near 1.9 million Georgians casting ballots early and another 1.3 million voting on Election Day.
It is my honor to utter the 4 most powerful words ever spoken in a democracy. The people have spoken.
With Warnock re-elected, Democrats have secured a 51-seat Senate majority, a crucial upper chamber edge.
This puts Democrats in a dramatically better position in the Senate. Moving forward, they get an advantage on their committees. They're able to push aside the occasional dissenter.
With that single extra seat, Democrats gain new advantages, including an easier path to move judicial nominees through Senate confirmations. And President Biden, former President Obama, and other major Democrats are all congratulating Warnock on his first full Senate term. After his 2021 runoff win, Warnock became the first black senator elected from Georgia. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Meanwhile, a jury convicts former President Donald Trump's organization on multiple counts of criminal tax fraud, finding the company guilty on 17 counts. Fox's Eric Shawn has more from New York.
The Trump Organization guilty of a widespread, long-running systematic tax fraud and financial crime scheme to cheat on taxes. After 10 hours of deliberations, the jury found Trump's business engaged in a conspiracy and falsified business records by illegally doling out luxurious perks to some executives, all to evade the tax man. Though he was not charged in this case, prosecutors said the former president explicitly sanctioned the scheme by signing off on the practices, personally paying for some of the fraudulent perks, and gave his okay to a key part of the plot. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg said no company or executive is above the law.
This was a case about lying and cheating, false documents to the end of evading taxes for the benefit of individuals and the corporations.
The key witness was one of the top Trump family advisors for decades, former Chief Financial Officer Alan Weisselberg. He has pled guilty to evading taxes and will serve 5 months in prison. While he claimed Trump and his family were not aware of the scheme, prosecutors said the evidence shows Trump, quote, knew exactly what was going on. The former president has branded this case a, quote, witch hunt brought by a Democratic prosecutor. Former federal prosecutor Andy McCarthy says this could be the first of additional legal actions against Trump or his companies.
I think that his company is now going to be seen as a convicted tax felon, and that's going to have consequences for them in terms of doing business going forward.
The investigations against Trump continue, not only by the Manhattan District Attorney, but also the Justice Department. It is pressing forward with its probe of January 6th and the classified intelligence material that was recovered from Mar-a-Lago. In New York, Eric Shawn, Fox News.
And the Trump Organization faces a fine of up to $1.6 million. Sentencing is scheduled for January 13th. The defense says they plan to appeal.
A possible deal between the Biden administration and TikTok faces more issues. Reports say that those familiar with the situation say worry is growing over national security concerns that the U.S. officials say the app is posing. Concerns have been raised regarding how the company might be sharing information related to the algorithm it uses to figure out what videos users might like. A spokesperson for TikTok says the company is looking for an end to the agreement with the U.S. government in an effort to end the concerns. I know it's not just TikTok either. We were talking about it earlier. It's like you'll say some key words like you're looking to buy a couch right now.
Yeah, Facebook, man, they're all listening to us.
Right.
You know?
And then you'll see that specific ad on your Facebook or Instagram or especially TikTok. TikTok always impresses me with how relevant it is when I open it up. But we talked about Pokemon earlier. I opened up Instagram. It's the first thing I saw. Something Pokemon related. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
We're all being listened to all the time.
Yeah.
I have nothing to hide. I have a boring life, so listen away, folks.
They'll show us Pokemon content if we want to. It's not even that relevant to our lives. Well, still to come here on the second half of our show, we'll hear some details to honor National Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day.
Back right after this.
Wherever you are, whether you're ready or not, it's coming. With a purpose, with persistence, with the power to change the way you live. So you don't have to change the way you live. Generac automatic standby generators. Control your power, control your life. Visit Generac.com.
This holiday season, may your days be bright and merry.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Young Sheldon is bringing you the gift of laughter.
Come on, Jesus. This is for your birthday. Help me out.
The gift of fun.
Video games are for children.
You are a child.
I just blew the hot off your SpaghettiOs.
And don't forget the gift of family.
I'm the glue that holds our family together.
We're having a moment here. Don't ruin it.
Unwrap the gift of young Sheldon.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22. You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Wednesday, November 7th, 2022, and today is National Pearl Harbor Day of Remembrance to honor the more than 2,400 people that died on this day in 1941 on the Hawaiian base of America's Pacific Fleet due to a surprise attack of Japanese warplanes. The following day, President Roosevelt appeared before a joint session of Congress and asked for the approval of a state of war. It was approved in the Senate 82-0, and in the House by 388-1.
And that one person apparently was somebody who just was not going to vote for war one way or another.
They were a known pacifist. Yeah. Yep, and they had voted no for war in World War I as well. I can't remember their name, but it was interesting.
Very interesting. There's certain to be some kind of a Pearl Harbor remembrance ceremony today. Usually they throw a wreath off the bridge in Bangor here too, to honor all those who died on that day.
Absolutely.
Well, meanwhile, also on this day in history, Apollo 17 launched the final manned lunar landing mission, where the crew takes the famous blue marble photo of the Earth. For birthdays today, we have iconic basketball player Larry Bird. He retired from playing basketball in '92, spurring the Celtics to promptly retire his jersey number 33. Other birthdays include the public intellectual, who is this?
Noam Chomsky.
I can't see the end of his name there. There it is, Noam Chomsky. Nobody makes an apple fritter like Noam Chomsky. I don't know. It just seems like a funny name to me. I love it, though.
Okay, yes.
I go off on these things.
Yes.
Pay no attention to me.
Famous and controversial poker player Dan Bilzerian, and it's also famous singer-songwriter Tom Waits' birthday today. So a lot of outspoken and famous men. Yeah. I couldn't find any well-known women to put in there today. Yeah.
And boy, can they make apple fritters, too.
I don't understand this.
Don't pay attention to that. I just go off these things. Yeah, people are just, Craig's going off again. Pay no attention to that. I think I'm having a stroke.
Okay. No, do you smell, are we smelling toast? I think that's my donut over here.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, let's throw it to weather before we waste any more time.
Yes.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Wednesday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Boosted Auto and Diesel. For all your automotive, heavy truck, and equipment needs, call Ronnie at 207-659-9458. Alrighty, here we are. We do have small craft advisories that have been issued, and these will last until later this evening at around 7 p.m. We have a system that's moving through with plenty of rainfall out there and some gusty winds that will be on the way as well. We're seeing all this rainfall out there already this morning, and yes, the lightning tracker is on, so no lightning with this. This is just heavy downpours at times, maybe a little bit of a precipitation mixture further off toward the north with some areas are possibly seeing just a little bit of snow. And it's a sizable system, though, stretching all the way down to parts of Boston, even New York, and further off towards the south and west. So some decent rainfall on the way for us today, even in the parts of tonight as well. Some areas could see up to an inch before this begins to wrap up. So futurecast moving forward, it's waves of rain throughout the day and evening. After midnight, things should start to calm down with the clouds starting to break up as well. So moving forward, though, the winds, all right, they're going to be kind of hit and miss at around 5 to 15 miles per hour, especially along the shoreline, stirring up the ocean, which is why those small craft advisories are up. But starting to look a little bit better, especially as we head into your Thursday. Your forecast for today, lower 50s, rain likely. Some areas have dense fog late in the day as well. The east one getting up to about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, 41 degrees, rain likely again. Areas of dense fog. The northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the daytime period moving forward, a lot of rain, temperatures in the 50s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
Thank you, Devin. The South Solon Meeting House and its frescoes are getting a lot of attention these days, thanks to a group of Colby College students. As Jody Hersey tells us, the students are creating a website for the frescoes so people from all over can view their beauty.
Like, you really don't run into frescoes very often, let alone in the middle of Maine. It's definitely like a diamond in the rough.
Students in Professor Veronique Plesche's class at Colby College have spent the fall semester researching everything they can about the South Solon Meeting House frescoes so they could create a website about the art.
Our connection to it is really just, I think, giving it the attention it deserves.
Each student was tasked with studying one fresco inside the meeting house, art that was created by another group of students in the 50s at the nearby Skowhegan School of Painting and Sculpture.
I am working on the fresco on the ceiling, and the artist that painted that was Edwin Brooks, and he's the only artist that is not affiliated with the school.
The class also spent time looking at several websites to get ideas on how their website about the frescoes should look, and creating biographies on the individual artists.
We've done all kinds of different things. We've had several class meetings that were really about getting the background. We visited the Skowhegan School. We got a tour from one of the co-directors. We talked with one of the artists who's still surviving.
Professor Plesch says creating the website was an amazing learning experience for her students and an even better community service project to benefit the South Solon Meeting House.
You can use it before a visit, you can use it during a visit, you can use it instead of a visit, you can use it after a visit if you want to kind of learn more.
Professor Plesch says the website should be up and running by the end of the year. In Waterville, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
I love that. I had no idea that was there. Nice little treasure right there in Central Maine.
That's a lot of pressure to get a credit for that in school. Good for them. Yeah. Good for them. That's a great project. We'll be right back with sports.
Welcome to Rebecca's. For over 30 years, we've been serving our local customers in downtown Bangor, and we invite you to explore our historic shop.
Rebecca's carries many Maine-made products from local artisans. Perhaps you need a gift basket for your next celebration. We'll be glad to help. From blueberry ceramic dishes, gourmet foods featuring Stonewall Kitchen, fine wines to antique dishes and furniture. You're sure to find that perfect gift.
We hope to see you soon at Rebecca's.
People today, they could spend half their lives over 50, but it's gonna take some planning.
What can you do for me?
Make sure your money lives as long as you do. The younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
In recent years, we have seen many major shifts in the housing market. Maine Val has the experience and expertise to analyze these changes to provide a clear and accurate service for all your real estate appraisals. From estate and tax planning, divorce litigation, and other legal matters, we offer services to all our communities across the state of Maine. You do not have to navigate this turbulent market blindly. Trust in Maine Val's extensive experience to make highly informed decisions. Contact us today at 573-3222.
So small, so smart. Hearing aids that I can personalize to each ear right from here. Brilliant.
This holiday season, save $400 on Eargo 6. Call or go online now.
With my hectic life, you'd think retirement would be the last thing on my mind. Thankfully, Voya provides comprehensive solutions and shows me how to get the most out of my workplace benefits. Voya helps me feel like I got it all under control.
Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
You ready? There's no peeking. It's festive family fun.
Come on, one more, let's go. It's a hat, it's Santa Claus.
Santa Claus, correct! Pictionary, every weekday.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
The theme for this round is things associated with Oprah. You get Pictionary, you get Pictionary, you get Pictionary.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We will start tonight on the baseball diamond. After 3 decades with the same family, the Portland Sea Dogs are getting new owners. The Dogs have been family-owned by the Burke family for nearly 30 years. Now they'll be owned by Diamond Baseball Holdings, which owns and operates minor league clubs affiliated with major league teams around the country. The Sea Dogs say they will still be a minor league affiliate for the Red Sox, and they will keep the current president and general manager. So the staff remains the same. And as for the fans, the Sea Dogs say don't expect much else to change.
We all look at, as a staff, look at the experience and think it's a great experience, but that doesn't mean that you want to keep it the same. I think there's a lot of really good ideas that we have as a staff, and we haven't gotten into that yet. We just haven't had those conversations yet with them.
And don't worry, Slugger is not going anywhere either, and the sale is expected to be finalized by the end of the year. Portland opens the season at home on Thursday, April 6th against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Let's switch gears now, and we'll jump over to the pool. Over the weekend, the Maine State Swimming and Diving Championships were held, and 2 Husson divers made a splash, earning them some weekly awards. Senior Spencer Burnett and freshman Riley Mahoney both won NAC Conference Divers of the Week. For Burnett, it's his second straight award. He finished 4th at this weekend's State Swimming and Diving Championship in the 1-meter and the 3-meter dives. Mahoney won her 3rd award of the year this week after a 10th place finish overall at the event, the highest placement of any NAC diver. Ironically, neither of them even started out as divers. Both of them were gymnasts for most of their childhoods, so here they are detailing how they got the knack for the board.
So originally I came here as a swimmer. I was a top prospect swimmer coming in here, and my mom was a diver originally, so she inspired me to kind of look into diving, and especially having a gymnast background. I came here and just was like, I want to try it.
Well, my friend Sammy, who I do gymnastics with back at home and stuff, she goes to WPI, and she was like, I'm going to try diving in college. I was like, that sounds pretty cool. Like, I think I'll try diving too when I go to college, and just kind of happened from there. So.
Anything else you want to say to the people?
I don't know. I hope everyone has a great day.
That'll cheer you up a little bit. Let's go to the ice now. After a rough stretch through October and early November, Maine hockey has really come along these past few weekends, and now they head into Saturday's game at the Alfond, riding a 3-game win streak. Ryan Sudol has more.
The last time we talked to Maine men's hockey, it was right before their current 4-game stretch.
We can't come out of these 4 games without at least 3 or 4 wins.
Well, they've played 3 so far, 1 against American International and 2 against Vermont this past weekend. They've won all of them. It's the Black Bears' longest win streak in 3 years.
It was a great weekend. It's always fun to get W's.
We play to win the games, and I don't think we played much differently than we played for weeks on end, but we found a way to score.
After scoring just 5 goals their previous 3, the Black Bears exploded for 13 goals during this streak. Leading the way is junior Donovan Villanueva-Houle, Co-Hockey East Conference Player of the Week.
It means a lot. Obviously, it's fun to have that.
Houle scored a goal in each of the 3 games after not scoring in his last 5. Overcoming his struggles meant going bare bones with his game prep.
He was a little bit inconsistent, and then he just kind of got back to basics, getting to the net, shooting pucks, moving his feet.
While that definitely helped, the 2 goals he scored against Vermont might have had a lot to do with some special people that were there to watch, all the way from Montreal.
I think it was because his family was sitting by the glass, and he scored 2 goals right next to where his family was sitting.
I mean, it's a great feeling. I play the game because of them, so to make them proud is something that makes me really happy for sure, yeah.
This coming weekend, the Black Bears will play Canisius in their final game before holiday break. Despite their recent successes, Coach Ben Barr says that they need to focus on the net to really get over the hump.
We have to not be okay with just being at the net and shooting it wide or shooting it into the goalie. We have to be a little bit more ruthless around that net, and we talked about it a lot as a team, and it's starting to get a little bit better. It's still not there.
Reporting for ABC 7 Fox 22, I'm Ryan Sudol.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Hopefully they can pull out a win on Saturday and head into 2023 strong. Can't believe I'm saying that. Let's stay on the ice now. On Monday night, longtime Bruins head coach Bruce Cassidy made his first return to the Garden as the head coach of the Vegas Golden Knights. Cassidy was let go this offseason despite having some success behind the bench here. The Bees played a nice tribute to Butch pregame, and he got a little emotional over it too. Cassidy spent 6 seasons in Boston, winning nearly 250 games and making the postseason every year. In his return to the Garden, the Knights jumped out to a 3-0 lead, only for Boston to tie it up later in the 3rd period. And then after a scoreless overtime period, Cassidy got his revenge, winning 4-3 in a shootout. And after the game, he spoke on his years in Boston and competing against his former guys.
Listen, that's something that I'll get choked up about, obviously, probably in about 3 seconds. But like I said, I appreciate it. It's that simple. I appreciate it. I did what I could here to help the team win. I have a tremendous amount of respect for pretty much every guy in that locker room. They played hard. They played hard. Some of them worked out better than others, and whatever's been the narrative is, every player in there, I worked hard with to get better. And like I said, I have a lot of respect for every one of them.
He also said he was glad he didn't hear Dirty Water playing in the Garden after the game. That made me chuckle a little bit. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Hello, Maine. This is Steve McKay. Not sure what the weather will be in your neck of the woods, but there's a 100% chance of Luke showing up near you. Next Home Experience is listing and selling homes throughout Maine. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience.
It's time to start planning that new home or garage you've been thinking about. Hammond Lumber Company is here to help, offering complete building packages with everything you need. With several options on their website and thousands of unique plans in their in-house drawing catalog. Hammond will help you make your dreams a reality. Choose your materials from Hammond's extensive showroom displays, and Hammond will deliver your order from any of the locations across Maine and New Hampshire. Start planning your new home or garage at Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
On a day like this, you may be glad your AAA membership gets you great travel deals to warm places, or that AAA can get you discounts on a new pair of snow boots, or could even save you hundreds on auto insurance. But mostly, on a day like this, be glad you have a AAA membership for the legendary 24/7 roadside assistance. Over 50 million members rely on AAA, America's largest motor club and most highly recommended major roadside assistance provider. We answer over 32 million roadside calls from members every year. We're always with you, getting you back on the road fast, covering you in any car, whether you're the driver or passenger. And that's important on a day like this. The gift of AAA membership is now just $53. We'll waive the admission fee and add a second family member for free. Plus, you'll get a $20 Visa gift card. That's a combined value of $118, now only $53 through this limited time offer. Call or visit AAA.com/AAA gift.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Welcome back, everyone. Before we move ahead, we want to let you know that there has been a serious accident on Route 1 in the town of Hancock. We don't know many details at this point, but we know it happened within the last couple of hours. And judging from some of the information we're getting, it sounds like a pedestrian was hit there, and there has been a fatality. The area is closed off around Route 1 and the Cemetery Road. Also receiving word that the Hancock Grammar School will be delaying the opening of classes today to give emergency crews a chance to take care of the scene there. We'll be sending somebody to the scene as soon as possible, and we'll have more information about that deadly accident in Hancock later on in the day.
All right, so
hard to switch gears from that to this, but
yeah,
we'll take a look at Hollywood Nation now.
Yeah, Hollywood Nation coming up.
Here we go!
Lovato teases a new list of nominees are announced, and Yeoh's iconic status is celebrated in the Hollywood Nation.
Michelle right here.
Michelle Yeoh has been named Time's 2022 Icon of the Year. The recognition is part of a special category in the magazine's annual Person of the Year issue. She also made the publication's list of 100 most influential people of 2022 back in May.
It is time to get this party started.
The Critics' Choice Awards has revealed its 2023 nominees in TV. The teachers of Abbott Elementary lead with 6 nominations, including Best Comedy Series and Best Actress in a Comedy Series for show creator and star Quinta Brunson. AMC's Better Call Saul follows with 5 nods, including Best Drama Series and Best Actor in a Drama Series for Bob Odenkirk. The ceremony will be held in Los Angeles and air on the CW January 15th.
There's something in the air.
The Backstreet Boys spread holiday cheer. The group released the music video for Christmas in New York. The song is off their new holiday album, A Very Backstreet Christmas, which debuted at #1 on Billboard's Top Holiday Albums chart. And Demi Lovato may be working on new music. The Grammy-nominated singer teased TikTok followers with a video about being back in the studio. Lovato released her 8th and most recent album in August. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And now it's time to check out that weather forecast. Kind of a gloomy day out there today.
I know. You can't even see the full moon tonight. Devin Biggs says the forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Boosted Auto and Diesel. For all your automotive, heavy truck, and equipment needs, call Ronnie at 207-659-9458. Alrighty, here we go. So we have a small craft advisory that's in effect. Last thing till about 7 o'clock this evening knows we do have a system that's moving through with plenty of rainfall as well that we're going to be watching out for. And we're seeing some of that moving through now. So here's the radar, plenty of moderate rainfall in some areas. And further to the north, maybe mixing with a little bit of snow in some areas too. So warmer temperatures will be advecting in as the day marches on. So we'll see temperatures that'll make it possibly into the 50s as we head towards the afternoon. So we throw the radar into motion right now. And we're seeing all this moderate rainfall tracking from the southwest going toward the north and east. And not much lighting. In fact, no lighting with this at all. So we don't have to worry about any thunderstorms with this. Just some decent rainfall, which some areas could see up to maybe an inch and a half before this begins to back off. With this being just a train of rainfall in many areas, we're going to be dealing with this for most of the day as the system continues to track from the southwest going toward the north and east, and there's another system off toward the west. So wait till later tonight, especially in the early tomorrow morning. This will begin to back off very slowly. So futurecast moving forward, though, plenty of rainfall today and even in the parts of tonight. After midnight, this will start to back off slowly, the clouds breaking up as well. So by Thursday, we'll be under a partly cloudy sky for the rest of the afternoon period. So things will start to improve, pretty much a night and day difference as we head into Thursday and also into Thursday night. So otherwise, though, rainfall, decent rainfall on the way as well. On top of what we've already seen, another half inch or more possible. Some areas up to an inch cannot be ruled out. And again, this is on top of what has already fallen across the area. So gusty winds will also be an issue in some spots, reaching up to around 25 miles per hour further off towards the south and east. Some other areas further off towards the west, near Bangor, maybe up to 20 miles per hour, with sustained winds at around 5 to 15 miles per hour. But everyone could see gusty winds tomorrow reaching up to 25, maybe even 30 miles per hour throughout the day on Thursday. And as a result, wave heights are up right around 5 to 6 feet right now. And even further out towards sea, even a little bit higher still at around 9 feet in some areas. So the wave heights continue to remain active across the ocean. Average high being 37 degrees. We'll reach for the lower 50s today, falling to the mid-40s Thursday. Then back in the 30s Friday and Saturday, with the lower 30s making a return Sunday into Monday. And again, mid-30s as we head near Tuesday. Your forecast for today, lower 50s, rain likely, some areas of dense fog late in the day. That east, maybe southeast wind at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 40s, rain likely, some areas of dense fog as well. And our northwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Mid-40s tomorrow, partly cloudy and breezy with that northwest wind getting up to 25 miles per hour. It will feel cooler out there with temperatures cooling off later on. Your boosted auto and diesel extended forecast. So here we are by your Friday, partly cloudy, highs in the upper 30s, mid-30s on Saturday with a mostly cloudy sky, and low 30s Sunday also with a mostly cloudy sky.
Maine's largest Chevy dealer, Quirk Chevrolet, has a tremendous selection of Chevy cars and SUVs. Silverado, where bold is just the beginning. Equinox, the all-wheel drive family SUV. Blazer, the trendsetter SUV. Looking for a quality, certified, or pre-owned vehicle? Look no further than Quirk Motor City, with over 400 used vehicles to choose from, plus a free Carfax history report. It's your Chevy car, truck, or SUV. Find it at Quirk Chevrolet in Bangor, Portland, and Rockland.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, watch out.
Watch out. The insurance company may try to tell you that you don't need a lawyer.
Watch out. The insurance company may try to settle before you're done with all your medical treatments.
Don't trust that insurance company after your accident. You could miss out on a lot of money. Call the Twos and we'll watch out for you.
Lowry & Associates watched out for me and got me $275,000.
Call the Twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222.
One good guess.
Cursed romance. Star-crossed lovers.
You better work! Deserves another.
Egyptian writing.
Hieroglyphics.
Wow! I felt like the person shouting wrong answers at the study group.
And another.
Opposite water? Sand.
25 words or less.
You did it again. You're going home with another $10,000.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
A cream cheese company is launching a plant-based spread. Philadelphia's non-dairy version of its signature spread is now available at grocery stores in Atlanta, Houston, Miami, and other locations in the Southeast. A wider rollout is planned for next summer. The new made spread is made with coconut oil and faba bean protein. There you go. Put that on your bagel.
Interesting. It's better than a tofu non-dairy spread.
Yeah, I guess so.